Hey there, this is Andy with PRINTgenie. So we have hundreds of templates. We've been doing mail for 26 years now. Yeah, a lot of mail. There's hundreds of templates. You can just click on any one of them and order it. Really, there's no minimum. So just click on order and send it to one person, or use our list building tool, or upload your list, or do a radius mailer. It's all right there. It's easy. But say you don't like this one. Say you're like, oh, I don't like that one. I want to edit it. Or there's another one maybe with a Google Street View. You wished it were different. Just jump into the design studio and then you'll see all the templates under mail templates. You can make and create your own mail templates, right? We have lots of sizes, minis and jumbos and oversized postcards and greeting cards and letters. Make your own. Sometimes that's a little daunting. So find the appropriate mailer and then edit it. So in this case, I already found the one that I wanted. So I'm just going to use the ID number and search it. It was this one. So in this case, I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to call it Andy GSV 01 for Google Street View 01. And now that it's there, it shows up as a new template. It's a 9x6 template. I'm going to edit it. So I'm going to give it keywords, put it in particular categories. I might even share it with an individual user within my organization. Or I'll share it to everybody so everybody gets notified. But in this case, all I do is hit continue and then edit it. You'll see here, as soon as it loads, you've got two sides to every template, the mail side and the message side. So here we are on the, you got it, the mail side. So you want to change something, just retype what it says. Maybe you want to say hi or hey. It's up to you, right? So I'll do something, I'll keep it as hello, kind of like that. Hello, that looks good. And I'm going to make it, I kind of like the black, but just for here, I'm going to make it red. And right here, the blue here on the handwriting, I think that's a pretty good color, but if you wanted to change it, just go ahead and click on, the different color and then choose your appropriate color, make it darker or lighter, whatever you'd like. But once you've done that, you're good to go. Just hit OK and save it. But in this case, what I wanted to do is change this, like this red here. I want to modify that a little bit, or I want to do something like, well, let's just use this as an example. I've decided to, let me lock down that layer. I want to change this, or imagine I didn't have a Google Street View here. Let's just take that out right there. So I have this artwork that looks like that, and then I want to stick in the Google Street View because that'd be really cool. So I'm going to put it in position, rotate it slightly, as you can see here. And what it's going to do is just create a Google Street View right here. And I'll make it about there. That looks pretty good. I got to rotate a little bit. So, you can play around with it and then pull it out here. And you'll notice that the thumb's in the way. That's because it's on a layer. So I'll just go ahead and pull that layer down a little bit, put it on top of the thumb. I'm pretty happy with that. Looks really good. So would you like to cash for your property? That's cool. My phone number, that's going to pull it automatically. I'll buy your property for cash. Cool. That's that side. That's that side. I'm good to go. So I can hit OK. And what we do here is, since I'm making it for me, I want to make sure it's right. With short and long variables, right? I can test them on this next screen here. And or more importantly, if I make this for 10,000 people or more that are using the platform, then I want to make sure it's right for sure. So what do? I put in a short and a long name and a property street. I'll just make up a street name. There you go, Jeremy Lane. I hit proof. And why do I do this? Because your variables might be short variables or long ones. You might have a long street or a short name, right? And it'll show up just like that. And if you can't really see that, I'll click PDF preview and we'll zoom in on it. And it's going to say, hello, if you ever want to sell your house at 123 Jeremy Lane, I'll buy for cash. And it puts in my phone number, and it's going to put in the Google Street View right there. So if you're satisfied with that and you kind of like the way this lays out and everything looks appropriate, you'll just hit approve and save. That was easy, right? And once you hit approve and save, it'll take you right back to the design studio where it lives right there. And in this case, I'm in the design studio where I make and create all my templates and share them. I can make campaigns and text and email templates. But right now, I'm going to go to the marketplace. The marketplace is where you order things. There's an attribution dashboard for when people scan a QR code and things like that. And you can see your active campaigns that are up and running in your order history. But in this case, I'm going to go ahead and order a mail template. And it's this one I'll go ahead and order. So I'm going to click order. And in this case, we're telling you it's a Google Street View, in case you didn't already know, but not everyone is a Google Street View, right? So I'll hit next step. I don't want to upload a list or select a list. I don't want to do a radius search with particular variables. I don't want to find all high equity owners that have probate within an area. I don't need to do that right now. I don't need to search an address and find it. I don't use our or need to use our advanced list building mapping tool. You can do that, or we'll show you how to do that on another screen. Right now, I just want to send that postcard to myself to test it out. And just in case you forgot, you can search your address. So obviously, I'm just going to type in an address, and it'll pull up all the Marissa lanes. There it is. So you don't even have to know the city and the zip code. It'll know it automatically. That's my name there. So let me just make sure it goes to Andy. And there you go. That's it. So what I like to do, though, instead of mailing it to me, my address, I'll mail it to a rental that I used to own. So here we go. It'll go there, and I hit OK. And what it does is it generates a proof showing me exactly what it's going to look like, except for this part, the Google Street View will render at the time of processing. But in this case, it's going to put in the address here. You can't really see it, 150 Cyril Street. If you can't see that, once again, I'll zoom in for you to show you. There it is. It put in 150 Cyril Street. I'm happy with that. Everything looks great. Puts in my phone number. I'll go ahead and agree that I read it and I'm the final proofreader. I hit next step and hit pay. And it'll render it and send it away. There you go. So I've just ordered that, and I can go to my order history and take a look at it, and all my single orders. You can see all these are one-off orders. This is the one I just processed. Here's one I processed an hour ago. I'll just take a look at that one. What does it look like? Well, that's what we made, right? That's what it looked like, the one I ordered this morning. And that's how we make it. It shows you the variables, like puts in my first name and property, street, and things like that. But when you want to see it fully rendered, just click on the final proof. And here it is. That's your final proof. So it pulled in the property right there, stuck it right there, put in their address right here. And this one I did 365 Kilbourne Road, and I'm mailing it someplace else. Incidentally, the mailing address shows right here, and that's printed as it goes to production. So it doesn't show up on this proof here. But that's it. And that's how you can see what it's going to look like when you're finally sending it to print. And that's it. How easy was that? Now, if you're on the road and you're driving around and you want to take a picture of a house that you'd like to buy or you're interested in offering a cash offer on, that's easy. Open up the mobile app, snap a photo, and it'll show up right here. Remember, there's no minimums whatsoever. And if you wanted this to be a part of a campaign, yeah, we've got campaigns. Once again, no minimums. You want to add one name to a full multi-touch campaign? You can. Here's an absentee owner that's pulling into Google Street View, and you just kind of mouse over it and it'll show you what they look like. And we have lots to choose from, right? All kinds of campaigns. And this one's kind of fun, a buying houses build a campaign. Now it's 22 touches, last 15 months. It'll cost $16 to send to one person. Well, you don't have to do that. So what you can do is just click on preview and go, well, that one's great. I love it. That's fantastic. And then go down the line and be like, okay, that one's great, but I don't love it. So just remove it from the campaign. And you don't want a letter, remove it from the campaign. And you don't want this postcard, remove it from the campaign. And you'll notice here, as you do that, what we did was we put up a bunch of really awesome templates and then let you decide, right? They're all good. They're all going to get a response because they're interesting. They have call to actions, but you know what? Maybe you don't want them all. So just get rid of them. Maybe you don't want that one. And you'll see the total goes down. And you can reduce it all the way down to 1 if you want to. But this is a nice way for you to build a campaign on the fly, just like that. And, maybe you get rid of a couple more. You can even change the date. Say, hey, don't send this out now. Wait for 5 more weeks. And go to the top here and say, let's start this one in 2 weeks instead. And it'll change all your drop dates. So this thing's going to end around December. It'll cost me $9 to send to one person. That's up to you, right? So you can obviously reduce these things and just get rid of all but 2 of them, and your total goes all the way down, keeps going lower and lower. Anyway, there's so much more on the inside. I can't wait to see on the inside. I can't wait to help you build templates. It's one of my most favorite and satisfactory things that I do inside of PRINTgenie. I'll make a template and I'll make it look like it was handwritten. You don't need to pay extra for any kind of weird pens or anything like that. That's silly. If it says the right thing and it's relevant and the data's right and it lands at the time they need your information, that's what's most important. they're not going to judge you and not call you because you said something in red ink versus blue ink. That's all silly. As long as you have the right message sent with the right data and lands at the right time. That's why we have campaigns. Okay, we'll see you on the other side. Happy hunting.